You're listening to a podcast by the Perennial Leader Project. Welcome back to Dying Every Day, Stoicism in a Year. This is day 125. When someone wrongs you, such as cutting you off in traffic or taking credit for your work or even lashing out in anger, your first instinct might be to retaliate. However, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius offers a much different perspective. He suggests, writing to himself, quote, "When someone wrongs you, ask yourself, what view of good and evil does he have?" Close quote. This is a radical act of reframing. Instead of fueling retaliation, Marcus invites us to look behind the action. Every person carries a map of what they think is good and bad. Status, safety, comfort, approval. If we can glimpse their map, even briefly, anger softens. We may pity their confusion or forgive their ignorance. Either way, we are no longer enslaved by rage. Marcus continues, quote, "Every wrongdoing is a failure of judgment, not of nature. And no one does wrong willingly, for to err is to act against oneself." Close quote. Here, he echoes Socrates' claim that no one chooses evil knowingly. People act wrongly because they misjudge what is good. Recognizing this doesn't excuse the harm, but it frees us from taking it personally. The wrongdoer is not attacking our essence, they are struggling in their own. Modern psychology validates this Stoic wisdom. Studies on forgiveness interventions reveal that practicing forgiveness consistently lowers anger, depression, and anxiety. Likewise, brain imaging research indicates that forgiving engages areas associated with empathy and perspective taking, whereas fixating on grudges triggers stress and threat-related circuits. In essence, compassion genuinely reshapes how we respond, guiding us from basic survival reactions to more thoughtful and higher-level reasoning. When Marcus encourages us to, quote, "respond with reason, not retaliation," he's highlighting a truth echoed by modern neuroscience. Empathy and reappraisal soothe the brain, whereas anger tends to inflame it. Psychologists refer to this as cognitive reappraisal, altering our interpretation of a situation to influence our emotions. When we remind ourselves that, quote, "wrongdoing is a failure of judgment," it helps diffuse anger and restores our sense of control. This change lowers the physiological stress response and boosts resilience. Here's a 4-step process to integrate it into daily life. The next time you feel someone has wronged you, consider the following. 1. Pause. Allow the initial wave of anger to come and go without reacting. 2. Ask. What view of good or evil is this person acting on? Even a rough guess, he craves approval, she fears rejection, can greatly reduce the hold of resentment. 3. Reframe. Tell yourself, this is a judgment error, not an attack on my essence. 4. Respond. Choose the action that aligns with virtue or establishes a boundary, but steer clear of humiliation or revenge. Notice how this practice preserves what Marcus calls your ruling faculty. Anger causes your mind to give way to the offender. Reason restores it. Retaliation may seem powerful in the moment, but it leaves a trail of stress, regret, and bitterness. Compassion and reason, on the other hand, leave you light, unencumbered, and free to face the next moment with clarity. Marcus Aurelius was not asking us to be passive, but to be wise. Yes, wrongdoings must be confronted occasionally, but confrontation without understanding often hardens into cruelty, while confrontation with compassion preserves both justice and humanity. Every insult, betrayal, or slight offers a choice. The Stoics remind us to respond with reason, not retaliation. As a daily exercise, I invite you to consider reflecting or journaling on how you think about reason and retaliation. You might ask yourself, how can I remember to practice cognitive reappraisal? Pause, ask, reframe, and respond the next time conflict occurs. Thank you for listening to Dying Every Day, Stoicism in a Year. I hope you found something useful for daily life. If you enjoy what we're doing here and want to support the project, consider becoming a Perennial Meditations member. And finally, as always, I urge you to put what you heard into practice. Until next time, be wise and be well.